Everyone says you need at least $500 to build a gaming PC. So today, I'm doing something a little crazy. I'm building a $100 PC and we're going to see if it can actually run games. Alright, so the rules for this build are simple. The total budget is around $100. Most of the parts are used and the goal is simple. Get something that can actually play games. No fancy RGB, no expensive parts, just pure budget performance. For the CPU, we're using the Intel Core i5-3470. This is an older quad-core processor, but it's still surprisingly capable for light gaming and everyday use. And the best part? You can find this thing for really cheap on the used market. For the motherboard, we're using a basic H61 motherboard. Nothing fancy here, just something cheap that supports our CPU and gets the job done. Sometimes simple is all you need. For the RAM, we're going with 8GB of DDR3. Now obviously 16GB would be nicer, but for a $100 build, 8GB is actually enough to run a lot of lighter games. For our storage, we're using a 240GB SSD. Even in a budget build, an SSD makes a huge difference. Your system boots faster, games load quicker, and everything just feels smoother. For the graphics card, we're using a GTX 750 Ti. It's definitely not a new GPU, but it's still one of the best ultra budget cards for older and esports games. For power, we're using a 500 watt power supply. It's more than enough for this system and also gives us room for upgrades later. And for the case, we're using a simple budget case. Nothing special, just something to hold all the parts together and keep airflow decent. So this is the final $100 gaming PC. Not the newest hardware, not the most powerful machine, but for this budget, it's actually pretty impressive. So what kind of performance can you expect? Valorant on low settings, around 80 to 120 FPS. Fortnite on low settings, around 40 to 60 FPS. GTA 5 on normal settings, around 30 to 45 FPS. Not bad at all for a $100 build. So yeah, building a gaming PC for $100 is actually possible. Is it going to beat modern gaming PCs? Obviously not. But if you're on a super tight budget, this could still get you into PC gaming. And if you want to see more crazy budget builds like this, make sure you subscribe.